Hi everybody, it's Owen from farfaraway.org. I'm just going to give a quick battle report from a vassal game myself and Phil played last night. We had two very infantry heavy armies in the game. It took quite a long time to play. I think it took nearly 4 hours, but it was really good fun. Um, I had the um, mercenaries up the top here, so they were led by Drake MacBain. He had two jacks, a buccaneer and a nomad. Two units, so Alexia and the Risen, and then a full unit of Sea Dogs with the 3 guns and Mr. Walls. I also had Gorman the Wolf, Bosun Grogspar, Killingsworth, Hawk, and Lord Rockbottom, and not pictured are Iona and Holt, who I forgot to deploy at that point, but I put them on before Phil finished his turn. You can see my army's deployed fairly far forward there. Mr. Walls grants advance deploy to the Sea Dogs, and all of my solos benefit from advance deploy because this is a Highborn Covenant list. Phil's army then is a tier 3 epic Feora list. She's there in the middle. She had 3 jacks, 2 repenters, and a heavy whose name I forget. A unit of choir, advance deploy daughters, a full unit of Temple Flame Guard, and a unit of cleansers. He also had the character unit for Menoth. Phil won the dice roll, so he was going to go up first. And as you can see, he moved fairly aggressively. The daughters have an unbelievable speed on this tier list. They get +2 on their speed, so they're running 18 inches, which is just phenomenal. Everything else pushed up very aggressively, as you can see in the centre. The jacks were pretty fast too, because they had extra additional movement. So really very fast. So fast, in fact, that I decided I'd feat on my first turn. So all of the guys marked in red are ones that are benefiting from Drake MacBain's feat. So I allocated 1 focus to the Nomad, keeping 5 for himself. So when he feated, it's 5 models plus the 5 focus, are 10 models that he can protect, so the ones marked in red are protected. So I decided I'd have to get aggressive myself and push the pirates up to, 1, try and stop the daughters just streaming in from that right flank, but also then to kill off as many things as I could here, so I managed to kill a good few TFG. So I used Lord Rockbottom to give the pirates tough, so hopefully they could weather the storm next turn. And thankfully they did fairly well. As you can see, the daughters did indeed stream into the middle of everything, but they didn't kill that much really, for just how dangerous they are, so I did okay there. Here again, a couple of pirates were killed, but not so bad. The tough did save them. And remember, they're tough on a 4+, and they can't be knocked down. So they can't be knocked down if they're within 8 inches of Bosun Grogspar, and 4+ if they're within 7 inches of Doc Killingsworth. So you can see Grogspar and Doc there. So all told, that turn went fairly well. You can see Alexia is starting to pick up corpse tokens for things that are killed. So those Risen are put in place in my control phase. You can see that the Sea Dogs did a pretty good job of mopping up the daughters. In fact, they killed all the daughters. So that 0 that's on Alexia is actually a 10. So she's got 10 corpse tokens waiting to be used there. How they managed to kill all of the daughters was a couple of spells that I put in place from the first turn. The spell that's on the Sea Dogs is Fortune, which means you get to reroll attacks. If you hear any cute snoring sounds in the background, it's my 7-week-old son. So between that and I also put Payday on them from Lord Rockbottom, managed to do quite a bit of damage, taking out all the daughters. So that was quite nice. My Jack had failsafe on him, so he gets +2 arm, and he doesn't suffer from crippled systems. He was loaded up with focus, charged into Phil's heavy, and did quite a lot of damage, taking out his cortex, so effectively neutering that Jack. You can see up here that Lord Rockbottom was on fire. I forgot to mention in Phil's turn that he managed to get a repenter shot up there, killing off a few Risen and really forcing Lord Rockbottom to on fire, and he was ended up being knocked down. And Lord Rockbottom had a hell of a game. He passed many tough rolls, and eventually that fire goes out. Phil's response wasn't as harsh as it could have been, but he did a good job of killing off Ian and Holt and some Risen up here. So he got the Incinerate Order with his Flame Guard. And that's about it. I suppose managed to kill off my solo, so this actually that was pretty effective. He focused on taking out Boss and Grogspar, who had been around here. He took out Killingsworth, who charged up, and Hawk, who charged into Feora again, got taken out. So he took out the key elements of the army there, really. But the Sea Dogs are still so dangerous. So in response, as you can see, they really went to town. One of the nice elements of Payday is they get boosted melee attack rolls, and with failsafe they're re-rolling those. If they kill something, they can move forward an inch and make another, or make their second attack effectively. So the TFG got completely decimated here in the middle. I managed to do quite a bit of damage, all told. I suppose that was about it for that turn. Phil saw a great opportunity to get in on MacBain. I pushed MacBain up a little bit foolishly here, a bit close to Feora. So Phil got to work. He started to clear out whatever could potentially get in the way, and decided that he'd risk the charge up. And I seem to be missing a screenshot for his turn, so this is actually my turn we're looking at. But effectively what Phil did here is he just cleared the way, so Feora, who had been back here, couldn't make the charge up to here where she ended up. She just couldn't put the damage on MacBain because he moved that little bit too close. MacBain was also engaging her, which meant he +2 arm, so Phil just couldn't close the deal. And as you can see, he only managed to put 6 pips on MacBain, and that's including the fire that he was set on because of just one of Fiora's innate abilities. MacBain kept all his focus, dropped the upkeeps, and just smacked her. I think 2 hits did it to take her down. So, as you can see, the scenario didn't really come into play because all of the action focused into the middle of the board. Quite a bit of carnage. An unbelievable number of Risens left alive because there's so many living models that Alexia could take the corpse tokens for. The Risen were used for clogging up certain things, and gave Alexia some boosted attacks, so she managed to take out a couple of daughters a couple of turns back. She managed to take out one of the models from the character unit at range with her gun, again boosting to hit and damage rolls with that. So all told, it's a very good game, but it took a long time with all of those models to be moved around. Okay, so that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I should have just run him into contact with the Seneschal, because you'll see on Phil's turn, the Seneschal charges into the back of Karchev and does a huge amount of damage. I think he left Karchev on 1 box, and then it became a fairly easy matter for Krios just to walk out of melee with the Devastator. I decided to make a free strike. It was game over anyway. He walked into melee with Karchev, and with his armor piercing roll, it was no problem putting the final damage box on him. So, good game. An unbelievable number of weapon masters to try and get through, but it was really good fun. Okay, thanks for listening.